Greetings, dear Aries. Welcome to Tifa's Tarot, and I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. And today we're going to go ahead and take a peek at your Venus in retrograde reading. Okay, so I made a video about this before. I'm going to link that into the description of this video, but just short synopsis that Venus is in retrograde started in your sign on March 1st and last in Aries until March 27th, and then it's going to shift into the sign of Pisces from March 27th through April 12th. Okay, and so long story short, what that typically means on a collective level is that we could be seeing some power dynamics really shifting in our relationships. There could be really exasperated at this particular time, because Aries is it's a bit of an aggressive sign, and when it's in that Venus, it like could be very maybe dominant in your relationships and your partnerships. It could also look like, because Venus has to do with our finances and all things in our tangible world, like our home space, our money, right, our jobs, our even our careers, right, in that sense, that there could be like flare-ups or a lot of competitive, like abrasive energy that's associated with that, and all of those factors, right, in your love life, in your partnerships, in the job, like with your friends, right, and even with your finances in that sense. And then when it shifts into Pisces, there could be a tendency where we could be collectively seeing the ways when we have like rose colored glasses on, so it's like you're not seeing the reality of a situation. You're not seeing like how much you are getting like just burnt out in your jobs, or so take a look of where your Venus is, and especially that house that it's in, and that's going to tell you a lot about how this particular Venus retrograde can affect you. But we're going to go ahead and do a tarot tap in just to see for our Aries. So if you have Aries, it's in your sun, your rising, and your Venus. Okay, then it's my sincerest intention that we'll go ahead and see if this resonates with you. Okay, and we're going to be looking at Venus retrograde. Okay, what that's going to look like for you, right? So that's from March 1st. So we're in it right now, March 1st to April 12th. Okay, so it'll be a 5 card spread. I thought use something a little bit spicy. You've got the tarot of sexual magic, so we'll use that deck, and then we are going to close the reading out with a couple of cards from our oracle. This is the Romance Angels oracle. All right, so Aries, let's go ahead and get into your reading. Okay, this is going to be a 5 card spread. I will clarify, of course. Our first one is looking at where's your heart at this particular time. So for the Aries that I'm connecting to, please show me where's Aries' heart at this particular time. Okay, and you've got 5 of Swords, which is to signify some type of conflict, right? Swords are about how we logically deduce and reason in our world, and 5 is a very unstable number, so this could look like having fights, like arguments with people, a lot of bickering, perhaps. It could also look like having these things inside of ourselves. But let's go ahead and clarify that. Okay, you've got the Fool, but if it came in the reverse position, that is your card. And let's do one more. We'll do 3 total for this question, and then you got the 9 of Cups. All right, I'm going to be taking reversals in this particular reading too, so we can really more accurately read this energy. This could be struggles, okay, because we got that 5 of Swords, which is that struggle, like mentally, like or seeing the same, being on the same page as people, or people really understanding you, or you understanding them. This is like to the people that we are close to, and I'm seeing that because of this, there could be a failure for a new start of some kind, right? With this Fool card in the reverse, and then you've got this 9 of Cups. So there's this tendency to really just go solo dolo. 9 of Cups is just feeling like more at peace and having some type of satisfaction with, I would say, spending time alone, or just wanting to just be in a state where you're like, I'd rather be by myself than to deal with this, right? So that, like I said, think about it in all the ways in which Venus could be affecting that. So your heart, like if we're talking about this is in a relationship, this is the two of you not seeing eye to eye on some things, and because of that, there could be this delay to a new chapter or a new idea, right? This is like you're at a stalemate, and so you'd rather just spend time alone. If this is in the workplace, this could look like you're not getting along with your boss or coworkers, or people not seeing eye to eye with you. Maybe there's some type of like rift, I would say, on the workspace, and it maybe stops you from a promotion. Maybe even forces you to just see, like, you know what, I can't ever start what I really want to do at this particular job, and maybe it's time for me to move forward. Okay, but you're just having some delays in really finding what that next move, what it is, right? And you might just be in a mood at this particular time where you're really just thinking about what makes you happy, because more importantly, nines are numbers where we're really looking, they could be a little bit challenging, but it's really forcing us to look internally, like, and when it's in that cups position, it's like, what makes us happy, what do we get joy out of? Okay, so having retrograde periods are great times for not really doing a lot of action, but really getting ready to kind of do that, like putting in that groundwork of what's next, right? So it's not about like just like hurrying up and doing it. There could be something here where you're really just meant to get a grasp on what you actually like really enjoy doing and what you can do next. And maybe because of that, there could be some delays because this is a process that you need to go through. Okay. So think about it in those terms. Okay. Yeah, let's say if it's something to do with your finances, let's say not necessarily in a career, this could be you deciding, or having some like internal conflict with yourself about where to put money or where to invest into, and that you're not really finding anything new right now, and maybe there is a focus for you to not think so much about expenditures, but thinking about what are all of the things that you already have that you connect to and that make you happy. All right. So, not to get too long winded on that, but that could mean any of those things. So, let's look at what are your subconscious values. So, what are deep down inside, what do you really want? Because there sometimes life dictates to us where we're putting our energy because of whatever unique circumstances that we're in. But subconsciously, what do we really want? A lot of people are living um, on conditional values, right? Because it's just like the cards we were dealt, right? Whether that's the family members that were the family type of family that we come from, what's culturally acceptable in our neck of the woods, and it gets complicated, right? But let's see on a subconscious level, where are your values, Aries? Show me Aries values subconsciously. Okay. Oh, you just want to be a heathen out here, don't you? You got the devil card. You really could sometimes struggle with your external nature in this sense. Let's say when we talk about the devil, the devil has to do with like indulgences, right? Whatever that is, to whether it's um too much of something, right? It's indulging in that, and indulging in that self, okay? And this could be very easy for you to feel like this because Aries is that very cardinal sign. Aries is kind of like, look, a squirrel in some ways, right? Where there's a lot of like abrasive, rash, rapid energy. Like Aries just like go into things, right? And maybe like could think about them later. And so let's clarify this though with this devil. And so the devil is all about being involved in too much of something. Okay, let's say too much of. We got Eight of Wands. You need things fast and rapid. I don't know if this Wands also talks about our like reproductive things as well. So if you get another Wands here, you got the King of Swords. So it's almost like you battle with your higher and lower desires, if that makes sense. And subconsciously, like you are sometimes um prone to just like follow one side of something, right? And so with this King of Swords, there is this intelligent, rational part of you as well that wants and understands, right, that you need to be like more intentional about the way that you move, but sometimes you allow perhaps your desires to kind of get into the way of that. And so you're at sometimes a constant battle of deciding like if you just want to go rogue and go, what is it, I don't want to say like barbaric because that's not at all what I mean, but it's just like YOLO, like following my desires. This is what I want to do. And to heck with whoever thinks whatever about it. Okay. And so you could, and that could be like the Aries I'm talking to, that could be how you live your life. Right. And while you're doing that, like you are very like communicative and expressive about that with that 8 of Wands. I do think there is a this logical, rational part of you that struggles with that hedonistic. That's kind of the what I was looking at. Who struggles with over consuming yourself in hedonistic activities. Okay, so let's see. What do you no longer value? So during this particular time, this is things to look at what we really want to incorporate more of our life, what we want to go forward with and including more in our lives. And then also what are some things that are no longer helpful or useful for us. And it's just time for us to kind of grow out of it. Okay. So we're looking at what you no longer value. Okay. And Venus retrograde is a great time to, if you're talking about the devil and you are into some bad habits, this could be you needing to let go of some of those bad habits, be more intentional about putting some work towards healing yourself in some way, okay, if that's what it is. But your subconscious, let's see, what you no longer value is you don't value things that are not transparent. Okay, there might have been a point in time where maybe you told some fibs to kind of get where you are, or you were just like comfortable, perhaps like living an existence where you told like partial truths. That's kind of what I get out of that when that moon is in the reverse, okay? Because the moon, I think, it hides things, okay? But like I said, this is in the reverse, so there could also be an indication. Let's go ahead and clarify this because this could also indicate being a little like being too blunt and having that like repulse people in some ways, right? And repulse is a strong word, but I would say people get taken aback perhaps by how direct and how forward and how brash you can be, okay? Because the moon is like, the moon talks about like secrecy, it's illusions, it's being able to like kind of like hide behind a facade, so to speak, right? But when it's in that reverse, it's just like, it's out there, like secrets coming out. You revealing too much of yourself, okay? So when it's in reverse positions, it's like the energy is either too much or it's not enough, okay? So it could be either one of those on the spectrum, but it's just not balanced. But let's see in what regards this is discussing. So we got the 8 of Swords. Okay. Okay. I think you could, because 8 of Swords is all about blocking or, and the 3 of Swords, I think you've hurt people's feelings by being too open. And it's like you need to, maybe this is what you no longer value. I think maybe you are in a state now where you are thinking about the way in which you could communicate with people or the types of relationships that you are part of or the financial decisions that you make, okay? um and I think maybe you've lived like a little bit too out, and so now the universe is like, can you like hold back, like hold some water, Aries, okay, hold this right quick. So there could be I feel like there's a lot of energy about in regards to some restraint, practicing some restraint in your life, right? Because it leads to grief, disappointment, heartbreak. 3 of Swords is losses, right? So to speak, in a way. And so you could have potentially lost a lot of like good opportunities or partnerships with people, business, like finances, like jobs that could have came your way. There could have been just like opportunities that were coming towards you, but because you've been too out there, um there's something about a little bit needing to have a little bit of restraint. um yeah. That's what I get. So how can you best reconnect with who or what you value the most? How can you best reconnect with who or what you value the most? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Come on. How can you best reconnect with who and what you value the most? Seven of Swords. Sneaky energy here. Let's just clarify this. Okay. The Eight of Cups. Ooh. And then Page of Swords. So you definitely need to walk away on an emotional level. There's some type of maturing I feel like you need to do. What you need to do is walk away from situations and people that are tricky or sneaky, because the Seven of Swords is being very cunning, being very deceptive in some ways. And really look for more value or meaning in what you do, what the relationships that you have, or the jobs that you do, or what you kind of value as important, right? So remember, we're talking about all things Venus related. So that's our relationships with other people, that's our money, that's our job, that's how our home space, right? And so there's something here about the way that the way you can reconnect, and I think get more value, is by really walking away from situations where there's a level of deception to it. Okay, I think you're really being called to like examine. I'm getting a big like I'm getting a I'm getting a message that's more of like working on living more authentically, right? If that's what I'm getting, it's like, and it's not to say that you're not authentic. It's just that everybody doesn't know things about you, that it's like there could be important information that you maybe need to disclose to people that you don't, that would make a difference in whether they choose to mess with you or not. Okay, so if you catch my drift of really what I mean with that, and that could be so many things, that's like not revealing the total picture of who you really are in some important way. um and I feel like that would be the best way to reconnect from this. Is just what I'm getting. It's either gonna mean something to you or it won't. But that's what I'm getting. And that you need to look for alternative ways of connecting with people that it is just more authentic, that's just more giving people the right to know first. Okay. Let's see if there are any messages from the romance angels for Aries. Show me messages for Aries. Do 3 cards. You've got love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Okay. And then you've got give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Okay. So I don't know. It's 3 different messages there. Take those how you wish. Anyway, Aries, I hope this was helpful for anyone who listened to this message in its entirety. Very big happy birthday to all my celebrating their birthdays this incoming season. I wish you guys all the best, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye.